Hey everyone, it is Saturday, June 3rd. The time right now is 3:32 p.m. and the temperature right now is around 21 degrees Celsius. And this is the intersection of Queen Street West and University Avenue. And that's a look to the north, up University. And a look to the east over towards City Hall and the Eaton Center.
You are so right.
And here is Osgood Station. Although for this one, I'll be walking west along Queen Street here over to Bathurst Street. And then I'll head north up to Dundas. And then I'll head east back along Dundas. And I think I'll finish up at Grange Park. So this one will kind of take me around the perimeter of the Alexandra Park neighborhood. My initial plans were to head down to the beaches. We've had some rather hot days in a row. It was over 30 the last 2 days. But I knew someone who went down there today and they said it was windy and not that busy. So here we are instead, along one of Toronto's most popular commercial retail stretches. Although really you could say that about most of Queen West, all the way from Yonge through Parkdale.
Oh, they're not. They're actually.
There seems to be a pretty good crowd out. There's a good mix of retailers and restaurants. And some vacant retailers or retail outlets. And this is Duncan Street. We should get a view of the CN Tower as I look left here. There it is. And there's the streetcar turning north on McCall. And a 511 Bathurst streetcar heading south from Dundas, turning west on a Queen. That's a weird sight. It's a very weird sight. I don't know what's up with the Bathurst streetcar, but the Queen streetcars are not running between McCall and either Parliament or Broadview. I always thought it was Broadview, but I saw some on Parliament last night. There's the Queen streetcar that'll be heading up to Dundas, following its route diversion.
I know, I'm
And it's the old Chum building, which used to feature Speaker's Corner over at Queen and John, although I've heard there's a new iteration of Speaker's Corner coming back in Liberty Village in front of Zoomer Media. That might be worth checking out.
no one. I was like, oh, they're outside.
Nope.
Oh, it's coming on board.
But it used to be right here. You could go in and there's a little video booth. And every week on City TV, they had a show called Speaker's Corner. They'd play some of the most interesting clips. That was a Toronto institution for quite a while. And traffic never seems to move well along this stretch of Queen. Got the streetcar. That was an ill-fated attempt. I think it's safe to say that Queen Street has bounced back from the pandemic. In fact, the crowds feel entirely normal right now. Zara's still here. The H&M closed up though. They blamed the pandemic and an increase in online sales for closing their flagship Queen Street Queen Street location. Almost said streetcar. They also closed their location up on Bloor Street. And they've still got a very large location in the Eaton Center. There's Repair and Run. They repair e-bikes and e-scooters. And they've recently opened a location up in the Annex on Bloor Street. So just to the north of here is Grange Park. That's where I'm planning on ending up, if all goes to plan. And Mountain Equipment Co-op over on the north side, the sidewalk is definitely much wider and more accommodating up there. And just up ahead is Steve's Music Store, and they've been a staple here for over 45 years. That's the one place that I know has been here since I started coming to Queen Street back in the mid-90s. And I think I saw a location on St. Catherine Street or near St. Catherine Street when I was in Montreal as well. There's the shuttered H&M. Thanks Queen Street for many great years. Unmistakably a former H&M. You have to wonder what's going to go into that spot. Someone's going to have to probably pay for a whole new facade. And Get Out Shoes, just up here on the left, has been here for as long as I can remember as well. Or rather, Get Outside. Oops. And here's a very busy Queen and Spadina.
I'm afraid it might be something we don't want to see, but yeah, let's go check it out.
And much like the intersection where I started, they're building a new subway station here. Well, where I started at Osgood, they're building a whole new platform that'll service the Ontario line, that'll connect what will be line 3 to line 1. And you can see that street corner over there has been expropriated, and that'll be used for the subway construction. And the same goes with the northeast corner. And straight north of here is Chinatown. There's a 510 Spadina streetcar. So I'll actually be walking through Chinatown towards the end of this one. At least the Dundas Street stretch. This whole block is going to be redeveloped.
You're just on fire today.
So running parallel to Queen Street here, just to the south of here, is Graffiti Alley. I'm going to have to come back and do an updated walk through there. And we'll get some glimpses into Graffiti Alley through some alleyways coming up on the left. And the neighborhood on the north side of Queen is Alexandra Park, and that's bounded by Queen Street here to the south, Bathurst Street west of here, which is where I'll be heading north, and Dundas Street to the north, and Spadina to the east. There's a look towards Graffiti Alley.
I know he is Malcolm.
It looked like a tattoo parlor.
So they all do have numbers. The trade idea with the lawyers and the months.
There's the Java House. That's been a staple on Queen Street for quite a while. And they are running buses as well as streetcars that get diverted. They follow a slightly different route. I'm not sure exactly what route those buses take. Another look into Graffiti Alley, or in towards it. interesting how Queen Street has maintained its 2- and 3-story height level along most of this retail stretch, especially considering the rate at which the rest of the city has been growing. There's a mushroom dispensary next to a vape shop. And it's Portland Street. There's the Velvet Underground. Yeah, it looks like these 511 Bathurst Street cars are being diverted along Queen.
Where are you gonna go, man?
And this is Bathurst Street, so I'm going to turn north here. And the streetscape is going to change quite drastically from a busy and vibrant retail corridor to one that is, well, not that. You'll see in a few minutes. There's CB2. So straight ahead is the West Queen West neighborhood. All right, now it is north, up the east side of Bathurst. So yeah, it looks like there's no streetcar service south of Queen Street. All these Bathurst streetcars are turning onto Queen.
Yeah, the island over there, and you can see the truck. Looks like the river.
So Alexandra Park, the neighborhood on the right, has a number of public housing developments, and it's currently undergoing a massive revitalization. And we'll get a closer look at that when I walk along the Dundas Street side. That was approved back in 2013. It's kind of similar to what's going on at Regent Park. And one of its primary goals was for there to be zero displacement of existing residents. So everyone's to be temporarily rehoused and then put back in a shiny new unit, albeit likely one that's going to be smaller but of comparable rent. How's that car doing? Not a very confident driver, are they? And I think I read somewhere that of all the downtown Toronto neighborhoods, Alexandra Park has the second lowest average household income. So the plans are to fully transform it into a mixed income neighborhood. I'm sure I'll come back soon and do another video exploring the inside of Alexandra Park. But this neighborhood originally back in the 20s and 30s was mostly occupied by Polish and Ukrainian immigrants. And most of these lower cost housing developments sprang up in the 60s. And that brought down property values, and by the 80s, the reputation of the area fell dramatically, and it was known for crime and violence and low-cost housing. Prostitution and drug activities were also reported in the area in high levels. But it sprang some co-op housing units. Pretty soon, I'm about to walk past Alexandra Park itself. There's a look into Alexandra Park. There's a skate park in there and some skating rinks. But I kind of want to walk around the perimeter rather than through it. So there's an interesting little stretch of street food vendors right along Dundas Street. It looks like the city needs to visit with some lawnmowers in tow. And during the pandemic, some large encampments sprang up in this park. They were controversially removed. There's the Qinghuaq Buddhist temple. It's worth noting that Alexandra Park bleeds into Chinatown towards its eastern edge. There's some people roller skating. There's the Skating Court Community Center. And coming up is Dundas Street, so I'll be making a right and cutting through Chinatown. And that McDonald's is the closest drive-through to downtown in the city. Correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong, but I can't think of any that's closer. I can't think of any that's actually in downtown. That one, of course, is just across the street. All right, there seems to be a project going on here at the old community center. So look west along Dundas Street West. There's Toronto Western Hospital. So on the north side of Dundas here is the Kensington Market neighborhood. And here's that row of street food vendors I talked about. Banh mi sandwich, $12.50. Beef patties, Japanese street food. Sadly, not everything is open.
Sunny?
Voted Best Poutine by BlogTO. We definitely need more of that sort of thing in the city. Even though $12.50 for a banh mi is a bit of a put-off. Deep fried cheesecake. So I'll be walking by some of the Alexandra Park redevelopment on the right here. But for this stretch of Dundas, it's much more interesting on the north side. There's a lot more retail, and you can peek into Kensington Market. It's really just construction hoarding over on this side. That was a dusty rug. So to the north of here is Kensington. And along Dundas, this is considered Chinatown. That used to be low-cost housing right there on the right. There's a look into Kensington, up Augusta. This was closed to vehicle traffic last Sunday. Every last Sunday in the month throughout summer is pedestrian Sundays. And I kind of had my sights set on going there and recording the video. But laziness had a better idea. I'll try to get the next pedestrian Sunday. It's another major north-south street through Kensington. That's Kensington Avenue itself.
Are you with Ollie?
That wind has picked up. This is Dundas and Spadina. Pretty much the heart of Chinatown.
Try to be a sober mind. Under the dead, living like an animal in the cage.
That's not distracted driving at all.
Living like an animal in the jungle. What is that even up?
So you cross up this crosswalk here.
Okay.
Then you make a right. And
yeah.
you walk up that street.
So the way that teapot is supposed to work.
Yeah. We need tomatoes, pickles, like stuff for patties, right? Like stuff for pickles. Yeah.
Ooh, someone's listening to someone that I used to know. It's an excellent song. I've got that on my playlist. And we're at Huron Street. I'm going to cross over to the south side of Dundas here.
I don't like that.
So I guess this walk has only covered half of the main Chinatown area. I missed Spadina. And full disclosure, I am starving.
CDB was just my outing.
My mind has wandered into what and where I'm going to eat. There's the Art Gallery of Ontario. So I'm going to head south here into Grange Park and figure out what I want to do food-wise. And although it's not a protected bike lane, this might be one of the nicest bike routes you could take in the city, going north up Beverley, and then north of College it turns into St. George, and then it'll lead you up to the U of T campus, or up through it. That'll connect you to bike lanes on Bloor. And straight south of here is a stretch of Queen Street I've already covered. But we have made it to Grange Park, the Art Gallery on the north side, the Ontario College of Art and Design on the east side, and some of the financial district towers popping up in the background there, and a whole lot of people hanging out, having picnics and that sort of thing. And on that note, I hope you enjoyed this one. Starting at Queen and University, walking west along Queen to Bathurst, north up to Dundas, east over to Beverley, and finishing up here at Grange Park. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below. If you wish to support the channel, there's links to my Patreon and YouTube channel membership down in the description. I have an Instagram account at Johnny Strides. That's how hungry I am, folks. And there is a super thanks button below the video if you wish to say thanks that way. Note to self, Next time, eat before recording, dummy. Anywho, thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Yoink.